It
And it was
sounds
so
like.
fun to write because I could go walk down the street of the places I was writing about. And if it was so bizarre to just feel like, oh, I'm just in a whole other time period and can feel like what it would have been like in that space, you know? It was great.
That would have been such a great experience as a
Yeah,
writer to do that.
so good.
Um,
Yeah.
Especially
It's
when it's a town that's familiar to you in the first place.
it's the
You
first time
know,
I've written about, well, I've written short stories set um in and around the area, and one of my books is half set in Northern Ontario and half set in Finland. So there's kind of like a dual timeline. But this one is solely set in that time period, in that place, in those neighborhoods that I know quite well. So it was really, yeah, it was really fun to do.
I bet. So I'm curious because this is something I've thought about a lot. I'm originally from Northwest Indiana. So
Okay.
when I go home, there was a time period in certain towns it's still that way where nothing's changed, it's very much the same, and had that feeling that like I really am going back in time to when I was a kid,
Yes.
and I
Yeah.
loved that. It was one of my favorite things about going back home.
Amazing.
Of course, here we are in 2026 and one of the towns has blown up like crazy. It was discovered by the
Yeah.
Chicagoans, and you know
Right.
with
Starts to
progress
live.
comes a lot of change,
Yes.
so it's not quite that same feeling. So I'm curious, this town that you're writing about, where this story is
Yeah.
set, has it changed a lot
Yeah, it
from
it
when you were
has
there?
grown. Like, it was a mining town at the turn of the century, and, it kind of grew into small sections here and there around mining. And so the downtown was, I mean, not the best place that they chose it, but anyways, so there are and I think we were guilty of taking down some of the historic buildings too in the downtown core, which was such a shame because there's some beautiful buildings and they're gone. There are some that remain. And this Donovan neighborhood that I write about, what I loved about it was so many of the houses have been there for decades and decades and decades. Like, they really look like out of the 30s, 40s, and 50s. So there's aspects of it that feel like you're walking back in time. And then you'll see like a record store, which is funny to have a record store because that's also retro too. But or like Tuco's Tacos, the like little the restaurant. And so there's different things there now, but the core streets are the same, and so many of the houses are the same. But I totally agree with you. Like, where I grew up in Sudbury, that area used to be very quiet, very green, not a lot of traffic. And now there's a strip mall and a Walmart, and the traffic is crazy, and there's all these lights. Like, it's just, you can tell that the city has expanded outwards. So it does maintain some of the feel, but it's definitely changing and not quite the same as when we were kids, but
No,
still.
no.